Gotta get the cake. Okay, this ain't what you used to. Always with the new. This ain't what you used to. I do me, do you. I do me, do you. This ain't what you used to. 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 This ain't what you. No, this ain't what you used to. Switching from the bikes to a new coupe. You know I keep some new shoes. Keep it simple, not like you. All night, get right. Know you know the price. Know you know the name, no games. I need all my money now. Not playing, man. This ain't what you used to. I might fly to LA. This cold weather ain't for me. Hit the bank, round your way. What you used to? And I'm grinding to the top. I can't let it slip away, so I gotta get the pay. Okay, this ain't what you used to. Always with the new. This ain't what you used to. I do me, do you. I do me, do you. This ain't what you used to. 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 This ain't what you. Calls keep coming in for the win, get it in. This ain't what you used to. So you get on my nerves. Try hit my line, get curved. This ain't what you used to. Round, swerve. Everybody here knows the word. This ain't what you used to. Know you know the drill. Overhead, now I see the rail. This ain't what you used to. I get it in for my kids. Stack those chips and I get that check. Not what you used to. You see how I live, work my biz. I'm too far from the rest, not what you used to. Okay, this ain't what you used to. Always with the new. This ain't what you used to. I do me, do you. I do me, do you. This ain't what you used to. 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 This ain't what you.
And this is the way. Thank you for joining us today here on Toy Photographer. Ugh, a little hot to wear that into our live stream today. But as you can probably tell, today's theme is nothing but Mandalorians, our top 5. So, without further ado, let's just check in with our chat before we start our countdown here today. Oh, we've got quite a few people in here. All right. Let's see what we got. Let's see. All right. Ready and waiting. Thank you, Christopher from Seriously Star Wars. Boom, boom, boom. Dropping my top 5 Vader vid. Nice. Tony from Star Wars Sith is with us. This is where the fun begins. This is where the fun begins, my friend. All right. Eric at Cyrus Speed Reviews. What's up, party people? Saying hi to the crowd there. We got in our chat. It's now that you're here, Tony. Exactly. It's good having a live stream with a lot of friends giving support. What's up, Eric? People saying hi in the chat. Nice. Party. Star Wars Sith. What's up, Eric, Chris, Patrick? What's going on, everyone? What's going on? Let's see what we got. Tony, Chris, and Patrick, what's up? Fist bumps out to you guys. All right, can't wait to see what the challenge is about. Yeah, we're not even going to totally give up the goods on that. I got to keep you guys waiting another week, I think, for that. Nice, digging that music. Yeah, Epidemic Sound there. DJ Pop and Pat in the house. Yeah, you know it. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up, Eric? What's going on, everyone? Yeah, I'm glad you like the music. You know, I want to go something kind of fun. Again, this is what you're used to, right? Yeah, I do my top fives a little different. So we're beyond friends. We're family. We are a clan of, I don't know, 7, 8, 10 of us, but we are our own little covert of Mandalorians. So without further ado, we kind of gone through the chat just to see and thank everyone for being here today. Let's just jump right into our presentation. And we're going to go over our top 5. We have family. That's true. We definitely do. All right. So with that said, let us start with our first of our slides today with number 5. So number 5 on my top 5 Star Wars Funko Pop Mandalorians. Now, I know Sire Speed Reviews has done his. I think his are mostly Din Djarin. Star Wars Sith Tony did a few different ones. I know, I believe Noah Padawan Pops is out there. Got to create one. But we're all kind of putting these, as Noah from Noah Nations and Rogue Nations had said, we're all doing different top 5. So everybody that I know creating some Star Wars Funko content. Seriously, Star Wars Sith, Sire Speed Reviews, Jedi Lex, Padawan Pops. Lainey B hasn't done anything yet, but we are expecting a video from her to drop shortly. We have Padawan Chronicles dropping a video shortly. Noah Nations or Rogue Nations has dropped a video even as early as today again. Pop the Bounty Collector has thrown down a challenge. The next challenge I have to live up to now is my top 5 Vader. So again, without further ado, let's get into our top 5 Mandalorians, because mine are a mix of different Mandalorians. There's so many damn good Star Wars Funko Pops out there that I could not just do Din Djarin, even though I've got some really great bangers. But let's start with our first one, number 5. Boom. The Armorer. Number 353. This one is just a gorgeous Funko Pop. I really like this one. I just love the helmet detail. The fact that we're still wondering, could she be a remnant of the Mandalorians from that Death Watch faction that broke off with Maul in the Clone Wars? We don't know. We'd like to see her backstory. But regardless of her backstory, this is the way. She is one of those iconic characters, has a lot of respect. The Funko Pop is just banging. And this is a new image I created. Actually, I was part of a collab with the Toy Photographer Collaborative. And basically, this collab was taking an image that you had redone, you had originally photographed, and you wanted to redo. So the original, I think, armor image that I had photographed was for a Sir Dork photo challenge with tools. Wasn't my greatest. It was kind of just got my new Loom cubes, is playing around. So to really kind of over the last year or so, developing more of a style, I was able to kind of come up with a brand new image. So this image is brand new. Some of you might have seen it on Instagram or whatnot drop the other day for the collab. Video is still coming out for this one and behind the scenes, but great video coming up. But this pop, just phenomenal. I really enjoy this one. So let's take a look at what's going on in the chat. And so we've got, let's see here. Got a few people in the chat chatting it up. All right, gotta find where I put my cursor because I think it was stuck on the other screen still. All right, let's see. We have Sire Speed. Screw up, I don't do a live dirty. Nice armor. I need her pop. Yeah, it is a really nice pop. She looks amazing. Yeah, the pop is great. It makes for a great image. Really enjoyed this one. Just photographing this was fun. I got to use, again, I've been really, over the last week or so, playing with the Photoshop beta and using generative AI. So this image actually had the armor in the shot. Was able to Photoshop her in less than 3 seconds out, which made light work for what I needed to do. Came in and just was able to put the pop there. The character from the show was gone. Just made it very easy. Tried to match the lighting from the forge and everything. The orange mood lighting in the background to get that light coming from her side. But again, great image, great Funko Pop. Had to add this one to the collection for sure. But definitely need to make one of the top 5. Very iconic, very different looking Funko Pop. We need an updated armor. I agree. I'd like to see a newer one. Maybe one of her flying hammer in hand. I think we've talked about that on our Star Wars Funko Pop cast there. So I really think that would be something we'd love to see. Wonder still on her horns in her. Yeah, I'm still wondering. I really think that she could be a Mandalorian. That's what I think. So kind of sticking to it. All right. So we're going to continue and go on to our 4th image here. Let me just hide the comments here as we move along to our next image. And number 4. Dum, dum, dum. We went with Gar Saxon. Now, this guy for sure is a Mandalorian. Look at those awesome spikes on his helmet. This pop is just phenomenal. I got this one originally in the Clone Wars series. I did not repurchase this with the two-pack with Darth Maul. I just didn't feel it was worth it. I already had both of them on their own single, so I decided to not buy that 2-pack. This image, I had a great time photographing this one. This image is actually a backdrop. If anyone who has been to Batuu, whether you're Batuu East or West, and you're leaving Smuggler's Run, you might run into a Carter that looks very similar to this. So this is actually coming out of the Carter while at Galaxy's Edge. Photographed a few backdrops while there visiting, and have been utilizing some of those and some of my Funko Pop images. I was very excited to utilize this one. It was very moody, shadowy, dark. Add a little nano mister to bring that fog in, and really just pulled this image together. It was just, this is one guy I didn't want to see in a dark alley, and I definitely had to add this one to the collection. So my number 4 had to go to Gar Saxon, an underrated pop, in my opinion. If you don't have this one, pick this one because it's gorgeous. If you missed out on that 2-pack recently, I know that you could probably find them still at Target and around, so they're not like intangible. Definitely get a hold of this one because this is just an awesome Funko Pop. Yes, such a sick shot. Thank you, Tony from Star Wars Sith. Thank you very much. It is a cool one. Chris from Seriously Star Wars, great pop. Yeah, really fantastic looking pop, in my opinion. Really, really good. Ooh, so menacing. I agree. Very menacing looking pop. Yeah, and unfortunately, he was voiced by who was going to play Balin in the new Ahsoka. He actually voiced Gar Saxon, and sadly, we just lost him very recently. What's up, gang? Hey, Jedi Lex is here. Nice. Yeah, rest in peace, Sire Speed. I agree, Eric. Hey, Lex from Sire Speed. What's up, Lex from Tony at Star Wars Sith? Hey, Lex, seriously, Star Wars. So, all right, we're going to go on to our next in our countdown of our top 5. At number 3 for our top 5 Mandalorians, we had to go with Jango Fett, the Walgreens exclusive. This was one of those first Funko Pops I think that took a lot of people by surprise because of this base. I really think that the base here was one of the very first kind of acrylic with the fire and everything. Awesome, just awesome detail on this Funko Pop. And it's Jango Fett, which we didn't get a lot of prequel pops. I don't know why. We had an anniversary and we still didn't get some this year. And we are getting some more Clone Wars. We got an announcement today of Count Dooku and Anakin in a 2-pack. Awesome. But this pop to me had to make the cut. It's Jango Fett. It is Boba Fett's biological donor of a father. So it had to make the cut. This is where it all starts, right? Without Jango Fett being an awesome Mandalorian, we wouldn't have the clones. We wouldn't have Boba Fett. And it's just a really, really slick looking Funko. I really loved when they came out with this. It was very new to its line, really breaking away from that hero pose. If you see us on Christopher and I on the Star Wars Popcast, we often talk how recently, over the last year or so, Funko's really taken up their sculpts a whole nother level with the textures and the details and the sculpts. They're not the chunky hero pose anymore, and they've gotten so much better. This is one of the first that kind of broke the mold, in my opinion. So, of course, being a Mandalorian, one of the first ones that we got introduced to in the series of movies and television series, has to. He is Boba Fett's dad, and can't not have him included on this. So that's why I had to put him at my number 3. Let's take a look at what our chat's saying here. Got some peeps in there chatting it up. Let's see what we got. Banger. I wish I still had it. Oh, Tony, this is one that you had sold, huh? This is a great pop. I really love this one. And it's getting harder to find now, too, which is a shame because it's awesome. This is one I wish they just kind of mass. Still need this one. All right, Christopher. If I see one, guys, I'll let you know. Check Macari. I know Jedi Lex has a lot of what's not app kind of purchases and does fairly well through that app. Yes, Django. Exactly. So very excited to see this one in my list. Glad a lot of you folks like seeing this one also. Again, Django Fett, one of our prequels, Attack of Clones, Funko Pops that we actually got produced, so has to not get skipped. This one couldn't even get an honorable mention. But with that said, honorable mention, we might have a few of those coming up here too today. So let's get to our next number 2. On number 2, it's Boba Gets His Bounty, which is a Smuggler's Bounty exclusive. This pop, there's so many. Could I put the die cast? I probably could have chosen a die cast. Could I have chosen my 18-inch Boba Fett that I still haven't taken out of the box? Could have easily thrown that in there. But I think of all of them, this pop really is literally popping. I mean, look at this. You're basically getting 2 pops in one. You're getting the Han Solo, Frozen Knight, and Carbon. Now, unlike the actual single pop itself, that ain't bobbling in there or anything, but Boba's does have the bobble. But it's just fantastic, the detailing on this. I don't know if you guys can make that out there in the chat, but beautiful pop. One of the, I think, bangers that you got if you were in the Smuggler's Bounty box subscription. It was an excellent run that Funko was doing with Amazon, but really enjoyed this one. Photographing this one was a lot of fun. Again, using my virtual backdrop, virtual volume as I call it. It's nothing more than my computer monitor with an image of Cloud City and the carbon freezing chamber. Couple lights, gels, a little nano mister, really brought the atmosphere and the mood of this one to life. And I could not find another pop that could capture that story and that scene, that image so perfectly. So I really, really enjoyed this one. All right, let's see here. Bum, bum, bum. Let's go to our chat. Let's find our mouse. When you're working 2 screens, sometimes it's a little harder to find that mouse. Little trick that I do is I kind of circle around until I see something coming up. Here we go. All right. Don't have this one. Oh, Eric, you need to get this one. You're a huge Boba Fett fan, so this is definitely something that you need to fill this hole in your collection. This is an awesome banger of a pop. Love Whatnot. What you got? Django, Supercon, though. Okay, that's where she got hers. It's Supercon. Didn't get it through the Whatnot app. But Jedi Lex does pretty good utilizing that Whatnot app, guys. Hell yeah, I still have this one too. Such a sick display piece. Yeah, this piece is just awesome. I mean, it encompasses everything that you want in this scene. This is great. I can't wait when my basement's finally done. We can get all decorated. This is definitely going to go on the shelf. This presents so good. A solo carbon. Yeah, it's just awesome. This is fun. I really loved the pop. Loved creating the image. It was so much fun. Another one I need. Great pop, though. Absolutely, Christopher. This is a fantastic pop. I really love it. A lot of detail in. I mean, you've got him. All the detail in Boba Fett, the cape, the dent in the helmet. Everything looks so spot on from Empire Strikes Back. Then you get the floor. Then on top of that, you get the frozen carbonite Han Solo. I mean, it is best bang for your buck if you can get this pop. Awesome. Awesome. Definitely add this one to your collection for sure. All right. Without further ado, we will continue down this list because we do have some honorable mentions I mentioned earlier. So again, these top fives are so hard, especially when you're collecting and you have like, oh, there's some nostalgia to this one, or I love this one. So I had to pick out two or three that I gave honorable mentions to, and we'll start with our first one. Boba Fett, the Holiday Special 385 Funko Pop. And the reason I went with this is I don't have the droids Boba Fett, which obviously if I had that, I'd be I must be wealthy if I have that one, because that one is going for some mint coin on that. But knowing that I didn't have it, and when this got released, had to pick this guy up. This Funko Pop is just gorgeous. The coloring really bring back that vibe of the 1978 holiday Christmas special. Wasn't a great Christmas special by any stretch. Even Lucas will admit that. But what's great about it is it was our introduction to none other than Boba, right? It was his first animated introduction to the series. And this is a great reproduction of what he looked like in that animated show in a Funko Pop form. So even though he didn't make my top five, I wanted him to make my top five, because to have anything Mandalorian, I feel we all started with Boba Fett. Then we got the backstory of Jango Fett is dead. Then we got all the rest of the Mandalorians in The Mandalorian and in Clone Wars. So I'd be remiss if I didn't mention him. So he had to get an honorable mention. Photographing this one, again, just trying to duplicate an image that we see this pose and this kind of green sky with the clouds in the cartoon. And that's what I kind of went for here when I photographed this one. So let's get on to our next. So our next honorable mention is none other than Sabine Wren, masked from the Star Wars Rebel Series 131. This one is, again, just gorgeous. I'm glad I got this one. Rebels pops are climbing on up, and I think when Ahsoka releases, the prices are going to go up a little bit more. I do hope that we get some new pops of some of these characters from Rebels now that they're going to be appearing in Ahsoka. But that one is one of my favorites. I did not get the unmasked version. That is one on my list that I still want to capture. But this one, I just had fun. This literally brought out outside on my front stoop in a shaded area and actually lit off all these fireworks. And anyone that has ever watched Sir Dork and his toy photography, he loves a lot of the fireworks, does it all. And as he'll tell you, and I will share with you, sometimes you can plan for the perfect. You've got everything out there, and it did come out. So all those fireworks, no matter how quick I was not getting the explosions and all the action I wanted. So a lot of that was dropped in post-production and Photoshop and things like that, which really made this image come to life just a little bit more. But again, trying to go out there, playing with some fireworks. Did they go off? And I got some, some of that is in there. It's probably smoke and some of the effects and lighting from the fireworks, but pretty much it was so minimum that I had to add to it to kind of really bring anything to life. So that's how we captured this image of that Funko Pop. And the next on our list is our last honorable mention. This particular pop basically had two different variations that came out on this character. One was I'm going to give you a hint, in the Mando mystery box. The other came about and didn't even give the character its true name at first. He simply went under the name of the Mandalorian Heavy Infantry, number 348. And this is Paz Vizsla. So if you've been watching the past 3 seasons of The Mandalorian, you would have gotten a little more backstory on the character Paz Vizsla. Excellent pop, really cool looking. Making this image here was, his last stand, sticking up for his covert of Mandalorians against Moff Gideon and his troopers, basically all decked out in Beskar and borrowing the best they can from Mandalorians. So really great episode, really great Funko Pop. The other Funko Pop they made for Paz Vizsla is him holding the vibra knife, and it's cool, but not nearly as cool looking as the heavy infantry version of his character. And this one, again, I had to do the scene from that last season, season 3 of Paz Vizsla, taking his final stand until he meets his demise. Spoiler alert, the Praetorian Guards get a hold of him. But, I'll tell you, going against Paz Vizsla, it would have taken 3 to take him down. He pretty much took everybody else out. So, again, another fun, awesome Funko Pop. All right, let's check in with our chat here real quick before we continue our final one. Ooh, I love this one. Got mine from Laney B. Nice. Very nice, Eric. Sabine, fire. We riot. She got... we riot that she is not in your top 5. That's right. Nice. Thank you, Eric. Another great prop, another one I still need to get. This is turning into a secret top 10. Almost. No. We just had those 3 variations of honorable mentions. We had to. I mean, there's so many. Each one of them are so unique, so different. I had to kind of squeeze them in somehow. It's hard to pick just 5. It really is. Rest in peace, Paz Vizsla there. R.I.P. Paz. This is the way. That's right. Why do we fight? Because this is the way. That's right. So without any more delay, let's get to our number 1 Star Wars Funko Pop of the Mandalorians. At number 1, we have none other than the Mandalorian and Grogu on the speeder. So Din Djarin and Din Grogu cruising on the speeder bike. I have mentioned this before in one of the pop rides and stuff like that. This Funko Pop is absolutely to die for. I could not wait to get this. This was done through Funko's eBay store or whatnot that they have. But this is phenomenal. Taking us out to the beach to photograph, that was a fun story. Trying to do all that alone, record, capture image, canned air, all that one person, because my daughter didn't make it that day with me and bailed on me at the last minute. That image was tough to capture, but it was a fun one to do so. And it came out just like I imagined in my head. But the pop itself is phenomenal. You have Grogu with his ears getting blown back by the pure force of the speeder bike going through the wind. Love that. Love the fact that we got Boba's helmet here. Again, just all the little details, the meat packed on there and everything. This is just a phenomenal looking pop ride on the speeder bike. Love this one. So I love this one better than my Scout Trooper, my Biker Scout on his speeder bike. Really love that even more so. So that, folks, is my top 5 Star Wars Funko Pop Mandalorians. So coming up next week, and I probably will have it around same bat time, same bat channel, 7:30, probably next Wednesday, we'll have another top 5, because as many of our friends have mentioned, Pop the Bounty Collector has thrown down the gauntlet and thrown another challenge to many of us. I included on that one, and it is going to be my top 5 Darth Vader Funko Pops. You're not going to want to miss that. That's going to be a fun one. And I think with Vader, there's so many to choose from. This I've been racking my brain over. Photographed a bunch, haven't photographed another bunch. So just trying to pick which ones do I want. That's going to be a tough one, but that is coming up. And you might have heard some people in our chat kind of asking, I am going to be dropping a photo challenge the week of the 29th. So June 29th, look out on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. Those are the social media platforms I'll be announcing my challenge. This challenge is not going to be just open up to a lot of my friends that in my Star Wars content creating community, but it's going to be open up to anyone and everyone. And liking to see a lot of toy photographers participate. It will be fun. And I have made it super, super simple. And you will see by my video showing how simple I made it. You're not going to believe the image, right? I'll be honest. I showed my parents earlier tonight before getting a live stream the image I created and how I did it, and they were blown away. You guys are going to see it, and it's going to give you a little more idea of how simple it can be. So there's a little bit of a hint. The other hint is start playing with your iPhones. Start playing with your camera settings, okay? Because we're going to have a really fun challenge dropping very soon. But let's get back to our chat before we wrap up today and see what's going on there. We had a lot of comments going on. Number one has to be Din Djarin. Absolutely. Din Djarin is one of my new favorite Star Wars characters. I mean, he's badass. He's a Mandalorian. He's got the awesome, totally pristine silver Beskar. And he's just awesome. He's on the right path. He's got Grogu as his own son now. I mean, come on. You can't ask for more. That alone, that reminds me as well. Any of those dads out there who are watching today, have a wonderful, happy Father's Day this weekend if you're out there. And I hope that this proves bountiful for you at Father's Day, that you get a few more Funko Pops, maybe to add to your collection from your wife or your kids or anyone else that wants to celebrate your Father's Day. This pop is fire. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is, Christopher. Yep. Eric, you're 100%. It is fire. This is a great Funko Pop. Love this one a lot. Nice top five. Thank you very much, Eric. And Eric, you did a fantastic job with your top five. I think having all the Din Djarins is just that's tough. That's a tough one to do. That was a tough one. And trust me, like My Muddy Mando should have made it. Did my Din Djarin on the Blurg, on the Bantha. Those are all options on the table. So many of my Boba Fett's, the die cast, some of the ones from the new series, the bait, I think Tony highlighted the bait Boba Fett on his. That I'm actually excited to. So I'm going to kind of take that a little different than I usually do my Funko Pop. We're going to kind of take that one back to the days of Kenner. So stay tuned. That'll be a fun image in the future that we'll be photographing. But yeah, this was fun, guys. And I'm so happy that the group out there has been challenging each other, because I really enjoy doing the top fives, as well as watching everybody else's. There's so many people doing the top 5 videos on the Jedi, the Sith, the Mandalorian, Vader. It's amazing. And everyone's different collections and their likes, they're so different. I don't think any top 5s had the same exact top 5. Might have had one, maybe 2. But they're so random and different. It's really cool to see what everyone's favorite tops are. Sounds interesting. Yes, it does sound interesting, my friend. That challenge is going to be fun. I guarantee it. A new challenge. I'm interested. Jedi Lex. Yes. It's going to be fun. I'm trying to make it no stressful. And you will see exactly how I plan to do that. Again, wait till June 29th. That video will drop and all the social media stuff behind it. Still trying to figure out the name and hashtag for what I'm actually going to call it. Something cute and simple. Something that has an easy hook to it. Glad you all accepted the challenge. Yes, thank you, Eric. I mean, this is a lot of fun. Both Eric, seriously, Star Wars, Pop the Bounty Collector, Star Wars Sith, Rogue Nation, Jedi Lex, Padawan Pops. I'm trying not to forget anybody. Padawan Chronicles. I think Laney B was going to throw one out there. JT Lovecraft, I think, was throwing one out there. The Mandalorian, one of the guys we see in all of our chats and everything in our group. I'm not sure if he's going to be thrown down. The fact that he's the Mandalorian, he should be thrown down one. If you're going by your social media with the name The Mandalorian, you should have been included in this. And if not, make one and post it anyway, because I want to see it. I'm curious what your top 5 Mandalorians would be. But again, thank you all for joining us tonight. I didn't want to take up too much of your evening. I appreciate you guys coming. If you haven't liked, subscribed, hit that notification bell, please do. I think you've heard me say recently, I'm getting closer to 200. I think I'm like 197, 198, 2 or 3 away from hitting that goal of 200. But with YouTube lowering the ways that you can then eventually monetize the 500 plus the 4,000 watch hours, we are going to make that climb to the road of 500, folks. We're not stopping at 200. We're blowing past that. I said, I'm not even going to do giveaways until we get to 500 because I really want to get there. And I appreciate everyone that has subscribed to this channel because it isn't, going and paying for promotions, the paying for likes and subs. This is all legitimate grassroots. You guys loving the content that I do. I'm glad that you guys love the images I create. I have such a fun time creating them. It is a really fun creative outlet for me. And I can't find a better way to share my love of Star Wars, my love of photography, and my love of Funko Pops. Marrying all three of those things together. And I think that's why you get really great images because I actually give a shit and I actually enjoy it. And I know a thing or two about a thing or two. I'm a Jedi of light and focus in my trade. So I'm glad that you guys are enjoying the images I constantly put out on a weekly basis. And again, if you haven't gone to my YouTube channel, basically all I do is create images like this, Star Wars Funko Pop, and that's all I do. I don't deal in the Marvel, don't deal with Indiana Jones. I stick to one thing, my little niche, and I perfect it, man. That's what I do. I do collect and photograph my Star Wars Funko Pops. Good pace, Patrick. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Organic growth. Exactly. I'm getting people to subscribe that actually enjoy the content, and I enjoy making it. So it's really great that it's a symbiotic relationship with my subs out there, my fans, and the community at large. So it is a lot of fun. And honestly, if it wasn't for people like Sir Dork and Musing King, Gregory Cook, and other toy photographers that I subscribe to and watch, I don't think I would have started putting out content. And I know I have my friends in my group here tonight always are pushing me to that out of that comfort zone, getting to that next rung on the ladder. And I can't thank them enough. They are such a supportive group of friends. I wouldn't be here doing tonight's live stream without their constant support. Thank you very much, Christopher. Great top 5, Patrick. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate you guys being here. So again, thank you for coming. I really enjoyed it. If you haven't ever seen my channels or any of my stuff, you can find me, Toy Photographer, TOYPHOTOGFR, kind of like spelled like you would see Toy Photographer squeezed onto a little license plate. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Vero for a lot of those toy photographers that like using Vero. I'm there, as well as TikTok and YouTube. So please check me out. Like I said, on the 29th, there'll be a challenge I'll be dropping. It's going to be open to just about everyone. We're going to come up with a fun little thing. And if I'm not here doing this, I'm always with my friend Christopher from Seriously Star Wars, and we host a weekly podcast. So you haven't checked us out. Every Monday, we drop a new podcast, and you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And we are the Star Wars Popcast. Perfect name, right? But we do reviews, everything on the latest rumors, stuff like that. I know Christopher already jumped on his channel today at Seriously Star Wars and covered one of the latest drops and reveals with that Dooku and Anakin 2-pack. So I'm sure we'll probably discuss that and some other really fun topics this Monday. So please tune in wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Well, folks, again, thank you. Until I see you the next time, may the Force be with you, and you have a great evening.